Okay guys, I mentioned that I'd be getting a coil in for the Spectra V3i, and I got it quickly. It was through Amazon. You know, Amazon usually has a warehouse full of stuff, and it got here in about 24 hours or so. And you know, I've always said about the coils that come with the detectors. I have had detectors that I only use the default coil, but quite often those coils are compromised coils. They're good enough at this and good enough at that. They're good enough to cover a field, good enough, but they're not so large that they will be completely lost in trash. And that's not saying anything bad about the manufacturers. It's just the nature of how you do things when you have a variety of offerings. You get the compromise coil, which pretty much leads the person to the next coil, and the next coil is going to fit their environment or situation. The only company that I can think of offhand, there are others, well, two companies. The Deus, the 9-inch coil and 11-inch coil, and there's a slightly larger coil. I can't remember what that is. It's not as often used now. But those coils are very good. They're very good at fields, and they're pretty much very good all around. And no matter what the size of the Deus coil, it is reactive enough to exist in trash, which is one of the reasons you don't see a small sharpshooter or sniper type coil in the Deus lineup, because the others are good enough to handle it. But with most of the manufacturers, I always consider getting a coil to up the performance. The Spectra V3i has this coil, and it's a nice coil. It worked for me. I found a few targets in a very beaten area, and like I say, I never treat my new detectors with kid gloves. I take them to areas I already hit. I don't take them to virgin areas, because I don't think you learn as much about a detector if you take it to a virgin area, because you know you might be able to get a detector from Harbor Freight and do well in that area if it's an area you're not familiar with. So I give them a good solid test. But I did want to get a bigger coil because I'm a big fan. Let me get over here and grab this. But I got the Safari, and I think this is a chorus coil, which is very similar. It is a chorus coil, but it's very similar to the nail coil, which makes me think that there might have been either a patent transfer or a company rename. And it changed that Safari so much. And I have not had the stock coil back on here, though I do have it. And I have a smaller coil for trash areas, but Safari is not the most reactive or fast machine in a garbage area anyway, but I will be using that smaller coil. And I probably will be using the stock at some point again. But, you know, I like this coil. It's a 13-inch coil, which makes it very similar to this coil. This is a Detech 13-inch coil, and it's for a whole host of White's machines, but it is specifically because the V3i is slightly different, so you must get a coil that actually says V3i in it to be certain that it's going to be compatible. And that's what I got with this one. Of course, I did not bring anything to cut it with. I got 1,000 knives. Stay over here. These are my knife blanks. And this is the Ultimate Coil from Detech. And everybody who's watched enough videos or been detecting enough know the Ultimate Coil has a very good reputation. So this is the Ultimate Coil. Let me take a look at this thing. I'm just going to check the look at the length of this coil. Yeah, that'll work. The Ultimate Coil is has got a very good reputation. It also has the coil cover on here, and this one is very light. Very light. I'm not sure it's going to be a lot heavier than the stock coil, but I want to get this. I want to go a little bit deeper, and I want to get a little more coverage. And you know, it's just something that I think is going to do both of those things. And it's a beautiful day now. It rained all morning and into the early afternoon. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get out today with it, but it was no consideration back when thunder and lightning and the high wind was around. But I will be considering that. Hopefully it'll be a good day tomorrow. and I can just use this as an adjunct on one of my lunch hunts, because I want to take it once again out to a place I've hit a lot before just to see how it's going to work. Okay, this is the Detech Ultimate Coil. It is installed and ready to rock and roll. You know how tempted I am to walk out and get it going. We'll see how that works out, but I do like it. It did take a little effort to get it to thread on, and I've had that with other Detech coils. I'm not sure if the tolerances they put on there are perfect, but it did finally go on, and I think once it goes on and I have to take it off, I'm probably rarely going to take this thing off for a while.